Hey everyone, it's Dr. West, and what we're doing here is we're talking about our free event that's coming up next week, next Thursday. It's called the Vitamin University, and we're going to be talking about how you can help put building blocks in your system to get organs and cells and tissues to get back to normal, and maybe not just here, but all the way up here to thrive. So that's what we're calling our event, the Vitamin University. And here's some of the things that we're going to be going over next Thursday. For example, did you know that hemorrhoids affect about 50% of the population? And it's relating to two things. There's a specific cofactor that helps vitamin C to work on that vascular system and tighten down those vessels. That's number one. But also, there's a special way to help stimulate bile by medical nutritional therapy that softens up bowel movements, that doesn't be so distressful to rectal veins. By the way, like hemorrhoids are no fun. They can ache, they hurt, they can make it so that you can't sit, you can't stand, you can have bloody discharges into the toilet. By the way, if you're having hemorrhoid problems, you can also, on the other end of the spectrum, it's not infrequent to have frequent nosebleeds, to have spider veins, to have rosacea or too much, circulation in your face. And something that I thought that they were joking about, and it actually is accurate, called pink toothbrush disease. What's that? That's when you brush your teeth and your gums bleed. Well, that's all a sign of fragile circulation, fragile capillaries. There's a specific herb that helps with that. And also, there's a specific cofactor that helps vitamin C to strengthen up the capillaries. Like we've been able to help those spontaneous nosebleeds and help reduce pink toothbrush disease when you brush your teeth and you're still bleeding. And by the way, when you do that, it also really helps on the bottom end on the hemorrhoid problems. Like that's just one of the things that we're going over. We're also talking about specific ways to strengthen the most important muscle in your body, and that is your heart. The heart is the most important muscle in the body. It's the first thing to show nutritional stress and inadequacy. Part of it is just doing a simple at-home test where you take your blood pressure here and you get your pulse rate, and then you stand up and then you increase. If the pulse rate increases a ton, we know that the heart is tired. There's some adrenal impact and insufficiency there. They call that Ragland's test. Well, there's some really important vitamins and really important minerals and some phytonutrients and adaptogens that help the heart to work better. We're also talking about, having the fluids in the right place. So obviously we think about kidneys and where that's going if your feet are swelling and if you're swelling up other places. There are two salts. There is one, vitamin A, and vitamin A's best friend, that when you have these, what happens is it helps to draw fluid into circulation and into the right place. So it reduces the need for a prescriptive water pill, and it helps to get water naturally in the right place. One of the benefits of doing that, I learned, is that it's something that my grandfather taught my dad and my dad taught me, is when you do that the right way, it really helps your eyesight. Yeah, I've seen some really nice outcomes from reducing the pressure from glaucoma and also looking at eye conditions. The two big macular degenerations, wet and dry. Well, maybe there's a way to help that. I want to share with you those things. So all of this is coming together in this beautiful event called the Vitamin University. That's happening next Thursday at 6 o'clock. The event is totally free. If you want to participate in that event, all you have to do is type in "I am in" right here in the comment section. And by the way, it's not just those things. I mean, it's not hemorrhoids and it's not eye conditions and pink toothbrush disease. The other thing that I really like to talk about are your feel-good vitamins. So there's a bunch of different B vitamins. We talk about, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6. There's also a little known one called B4, which acts like a really nice heart regulator. But also one of the B vitamins, that it helps to convert stored energy, which is fat. It helps to convert fat to energy, and it gives you a really nice sense of calming. I love this B vitamin that we're going to talk about in depth in our Vitamin University, that converts stored energy to energy. And then there's also a natural anti-inflammatory B vitamin that helps with carpal tunnel syndrome. It helps with nerve problems. It helps with the creation of new tissue, and it has some really nice pain relieving effects. And then, of course, we're talking about B12. I love B12 because it helps with the nerves. It helps with the brain function. It's a wonderful, beautiful, they call it the world's most beautiful vitamin, but there's three types. There is a good, and then there's a better, and then there's the best type of B12 that we get to talk about. And then also bathroom problems. It's amazing to me how many health problems start and are contributed and caused by the bowels not working right. And there's a gas brake system in there. If you have that gas on too much, you have loose bowels and diarrhea. If it's not on enough, everything slows down, and now you have constipation. And in an ideal world, what should happen is we should put food in just like a baby, and stuff comes out. Food in, stuff comes out. So we get to talk about the importance of bile salts, and then the liver and the gallbladder combination, and why it's so important to have specific types of digestive enzymes, not just one. So many times people are taking one type of digestive enzymes to help break down food, but there's actually three types. We need something for protein, something for carbs, we need something for fats, and there's, instead of having to take 3 pills, there's actually a combination enzyme formula that's really good. And then what about natural pain relief? You know, no one wants to live life in pain. I've had some broken bones. I've had a kidney stone. I've had some headaches that are doozies. Thankfully not that often. And I'm glad that there's a resource to help make life livable. But long-term use of some of these over-the-counter medicines, you know, ibuprofen, Tylenol, aspirin, naproxen, it's hard on your system. It can be harmful to your kidneys. It can hammer your digestion, and it can be really tough on your liver. Well, what if there's a way that we could take some natural things? White willow bark is a really good consideration. There's a proteolytic enzyme and essential fat. When you mix together, it doesn't happen really fast, but over time you can literally mimic the effects of an over-the-counter pain reliever without shutting off your digestion and hurting your liver. So we're going to go over that protocol. Another one is there's so much stuff associated with some autoimmune diseases like ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, where we get a buildup of mucus in the last part of the GI system right before it exits the body. Well, what if I told you that there was an enzyme and a specific type of herb that acts like a lint roller or a vacuum cleaner that helps to vacuum that mucus out, that sticky mucus that causes problems associated with some of those conditions, and it helps your GIs to flow. So a lot of really neat things. Just, it's 25 years of relentlessly studying nutrition and going to continuing education events. And more importantly, you guys, it's me sitting inside of the trenches, and it's literally saying, hey, Mrs. Smith has this. Mr. Anderson has this. William has this. Leslie has this. Jason has this problem. This is what I've learned, not only from being in the trenches, but from continuing education. And then these are the things that you should really have inside of your medicine cabinet. So inside of the medicine cabinet, like, you should have an immune system stimulator. You should have a lymphatic drainer. You should have something to calm down stomach. You should have something that helps with diarrhea, something that helps with constipation. And I'm going to share with everybody, these are the things that really work inside of our Vitamin University program. So I'm just really excited to put this event on. This is the first time that we've done it. Like, I've done some other, 5-day events called, the Hellness to Wellness Challenge. And we always get into the nutritional component. Now we're going to be talking about, this is like the stuff that you really need. These are the herbs and the adaptogens that I think are really amazing. So we're going to touch on rhodiola. We're going to be touching on ashwagandha. We're going to be touching on, vitamin C and what I would do for vitamin D dosages. The other fat soluble vitamins that are so important for tissue regeneration. One of the vitamins is super duper important for the prevention and the treatment of viral disorders. So think of Epstein-Barr, think of shingles, think of canker sores, think of upper respiratory infections, like why you want to have this type of vitamin to lubricate and protect your mucous membranes. That's something that we're going to go over. And then also, what's the best herbal adaptogen for women's health? What's the best thing to stop menstrual bleeding? What is the best thing that we're going to do for male health? And what we can do to make sure that oxygen goes to the right place and all of the man parts work. Yeah, that's it. It's just exciting. So we get to do this next Thursday. If you want to participate, it's free. You just have to get the link, type "I'm in the comment section. We're going to be going through, these are the things that I see really work. These are the things that you should literally just throw this away. Don't even, I mean, maybe you could put it into your garden because some of the minerals in there kind of may stimulate plant growth. But so many times, some common multivitamins, they don't work. I just need to say straight, it's like eating cement. So they say, this is all the calcium that you need, and which is true, except that it's unusable. It's unabsorbable. And why you have to have other things to help calcium get to the right place. You can put calcium in your system, but if you don't have vitamin D to pick it up and bioflavonoids to help cross the membrane of the body and the specific type of vitamin K to activate it into the bone, you're just wasting calcium. And matter of fact, I feel that you could be hurting yourself because calcium is going to be stored up among the miles and miles of vascular tissue in your body. So if you're just taking calcium because you think it prevents osteoporosis or you're on hormone replacement therapy, it's bad. It's bad. I'm excited to talk about some specific blueprints that help people to restore organ function. There are ways to really help with kidneys. There are things that we can do really that will help a non-alcoholic fatty liver. There are things that I believe that you can help with a hardened or cirrhotic liver. Also ways that you can help with the heart and the heart muscle. And so if it's not working right or if it's getting too big, there's a way that we can really help by doing specific glandular and what they call animal tissue or protomorphogen therapy. We're going to be covering those. So just a fun event. It's accumulation of years and years and years. And people asking me questions of, look, if I can't come into the doctor, what did you, we almost called the event No Doctor Needed, because I feel that if we teach this, it's really going to help people to be their own advocate, their own healthcare provider, or their family's healer. So all of this is coming up February 20th. We're going to start things off at 6:00. We have a handout book that we're going to putting together. We're going to cover a whole bunch of different conditions, hemorrhoids, stomach problems, immune system. There's also a fantastic liquid therapy that I've seen is really good that has, quote, the antidote. When I say quote, I feel that it really, really helps the body to recognize and process the bacteria that causes ulcers. So I have a wonderful liquid therapy that's just amazing to help the body to get over that H. pylori bacteria. And it's not a prescription. It's not something we're just coding. It's something that my dad taught me 25 years ago, and I've never forgot that. Also looking at what we can do to help nerves. I love helping to insulate and protect nerves. So neuropathy, carpal tunnel, what would you do for a sciatic condition? All of those things are also, it's so common when I ask people, do you have Charlie horses? Do you have restless leg syndrome? So the first thing that you start thinking of is minerals. And a lot of people immediately jump to magnesium or potassium, and they'll hammer the electrolytes. And I think that's a reasonable place to start. But the minerals have to be balanced. And then the next thing we need to talk about is that there is a specific nutrient that helps control the nerve that goes to the muscles. So how cool is that? You can help with the minerals and you can help with the muscles. So Thursday, February 20th, Vitamin University. This is going to be a really cool way to help you navigate some common clinical conditions, know what's in your medicine cabinet, know what you should have in case something bad happens, how you can help people in your inner circle, what stuff to throw away, because there's some stuff out there that is just not even worth the space that it's taking inside of your house, your vitamin cupboard, or your medicine cabinet. And so I look forward to serving you and sharing with you all the stuff that's in my head on Thursday, February 20th at the Vitamin University. And that, you guys, is what I wanted to go live about and tell you about it and invite you to participate. We'll see you in this amazing event next week.